what they've been distracting us from. Wait for the end for solutions.
In just a few years, you won't even be able to earn a living unless you hand over your freedom first. They're rolling out something called a digital ID. Free of charge, they say. But here's the catch. It won't just be free, it will be mandatory. By 2029, if you don't have one, you won't be allowed to work. Not in shops, not in offices, not anywhere. Think about what that means. No ID, no income, no way to survive. It's control disguised as convenience. They frame it as progress, but isn't this the same system that can track, monitor, and shut you off at the click of a button? Once your work depends on it, what's next? Your bank account, your healthcare, your freedom to travel? Digital ID might start as an app on your phone, but it ends with total control over your life. And history shows us, whenever governments take a new power, they don't just give it back. Is this really about keeping people safe and organized? Or is it about making sure you can't live unless you obey?
I thought we still had like 5 years, and I don't think we do.
He's hyping up digital IDs like it's the future. It's safer, it's faster, it's convenient. Yeah, well, so is a straitjacket. Keeps you nice and secure while you can't move a muscle. Let's keep this real simple. Right now, the government gives us IDs, driver's license, passport, social security card, etc. It's been like that forever, but here's the deal. Right now, they're separate. You lose your license, you can still pay your bills. You can still go buy groceries. Your passport gets taken, you can still get gas. Each card controls one door, not the whole damn house. Now picture one digital ID that holds every single key you've got, your bank account, your health records, your travel, your phone, your ability to move, operate. At first you'll think, man, this is convenient. One key for everything. No more passwords, no more fraud. Everybody knows who it is. It's me. But what happens when someday somebody else holds that key? They don't just control one door now, do they? They control your entire life. Okay, one click, boom, lights out. No money, no travel, no gas, no access. That's not an ID, folks. That is a leash, and you're the dog. Bottom line is this: freedom is the real currency. Guard it with your life, because if you hand it over for a shiny new ID, don't cry later when you find out that leash around your neck isn't coming off.
Taking another step to fulfill that promise. Starting in late 2026, Alberta will be the first province to implement the addition of Canadian citizenship markers to our driver's licenses and identification cards. This simple addition will have a profound impact on how Albertans interact with their government and their communities. Why are we doing this? Because we believe in making things better, faster, and more convenient for everyone. By including citizenship information on these cards, we're streamlining access to vital services, whether it's applying for student aid, accessing health benefits, or supporting those with disabilities. No longer will Albertans need to carry multiple documents or face unnecessary hurdles. This change means that when Albertans need to prove both their identity and their citizenship, they'll be able to do so with a single document. It's about reducing red tape, cutting down on paperwork, and making sure that government works for you, not the other way around. Programs like Assured Income for the Severely Handicapped, Alberta Student Aid, and the Persons with Developmental Disabilities program all require proof of citizenship. With this new marker, accessing these supports will be simpler and more secure. Adding a Canadian citizenship marker is also about protecting our democracy. Election security is a vital concern in Canada. By adding citizenship information to Alberta's driver's licenses and ID cards, we're taking a proactive step toward ensuring that only eligible citizens cast ballots in our elections. This helps safeguard the integrity of our electoral process and strengthens trust in our democracy. I also want to be clear that non-citizens, such as permanent residents, that still qualify for Alberta's driver's licenses will not have any marker displayed. Lastly, as we announced several weeks ago, we will also be integrating Alberta healthcare numbers onto driver's licenses, also in late 2026. This will also provide additional security around healthcare numbers, as we have learned through our refocusing of the healthcare system that there are more than 500,000 healthcare numbers registered than there are people living in Alberta. 530,438 to be exact, based on second quarter 2025 population estimates.
It's the one world currency, and you get the chip inside of you.
Like Mark of the Beast.
And what's going to happen is when they so that's headed towards that. Right. So the chip, it's to condition your mind. So it'd be like, oh, we've always been tapping. We've always been using cryptocurrency. We've always been, doing it this way. So when you get the chip, you ain't going to think nothing of it because you won't be like, nah, they've always been doing it similar to this, right? So the chip, when they put it inside of you, is going to be activated as your credit card. So long story short, now you could just, if they put it in your forehead or your wrist, now you could just slide your arm or slide your head, whatever they decide to put it in. And they're going to say, oh, there's all these good things about it. And this is where they manipulate / trick you / deceive you. They're going to say, you know why the chip is good? Because now no one could come up to you and just rob you and take your cash. You know why the chip is good? Because if you get kidnapped, I can find you and locate you with the chip. They're going to tell you all these great things. But here's the part that they don't tell you. If you do not comply with the government, and you do not do what the government says, all they got to do is simply turn that chip off. And now your credit card don't work. And now you can't even go to Carl's Jr. and get a cheeseburger. Now you can't even go get tacos or eat. And now, in order for that chip to be turned back on / activated, you got to be under control and the mercy of the government and what they tell you to do to be able to even shop for food or whatever else is that you want to get. And so all that is leading towards that, man. So I tell people you're soon enough going to be backed up into having to make the decision of accept or don't accept. But when it comes down to it, and people always, and that's how they control you. And people always say, oh, they got you control on your phone. No, they don't. Because I can take this phone, I can throw it in a river, and you no longer got anything on me physically. But once they put that in you physically, now you're under control, because that's your credit card, that's your currency, that's your money, that's your whole damn life right there. And again, a lot of this is exposed. You guys can watch the documentary with your own eyes. And to go one step farther, respectfully, it's all in the Bible. It's all in Revelations. It's right there in black print. So all I'm saying is, but if you want to see some current, watch America Fascism to Freedom. You'll get a wake-up call right there, and it shows you how and why this is happening, because this is all leading up to the one world government, the one world currency.
Not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. Our immigration system does need to be fair if we want to maintain that binding contract that our politics is built on. And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.